this week's Goddess Energy Forecast, where each week we share with you divine guidance on where you need to place your attention, your focus, your energy, and also bring through frequencies to help you heal, to inspire you, to empower you, and to uplift you. Here's your host, Abigail Mensah-Bonsu, with this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. Hello, hello, lovelies. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another transition week. Welcome to a new week, a new energy. What is in store for you this week? Are you ready? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. I am the founder of Moon Goddess Academy and the Moon Goddess Publishing. And here is this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. So when I tune into this week's energy, I'm really being guided to go into the dynamic between Mars and Cancer, because Mars just moved, and this was on the 25th, right? So a couple of days ago, moved from its sign of Gemini, which is an air sign, which when I think about Mars and Gemini, it's like the air that fans the flame and it makes it bigger, right? Because we know Mars is fire, is a ruler of Aries, and we're also in Aries season. There's a lot of fire. This is why this time of the year is the true new year, because you see, even in nature, new life begin to spring forth, and that same energy moves forward. All of a sudden it's like green light. You have the energy, you have the passion, the drive, the desire. Well, that's coming from Mars. Well, it's moving from the air sign of Gemini and going into the water sign of Cancer. Now, just looking at this, you have water and fire. They're not compatible, right? The water can easily just what do you call it, like put off the fire. The fire is probably always running away from the water because it feels confined around the water. But it's a beautiful teaching here when they learn to come together, and that they can actually do that. They can come together and work together. And that's what we're being invited to observe, to look into, to step into. It's a new journey. It's a journey of the warrior within us. So it's like that. Well, what am I looking for? The dynamic between your own heart and your mind. We can look at it that way, the heart and the mind, or between action and in flow, or between the masculine energy and the feminine energy, the energy of forward movement and the energy of spaciousness, and pausing. We know that this is a dynamic that a lot of people, well, what am I looking for? The words are like escaping me. A lot of people struggle with, right? They're either, society has trained us to always go, 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 because if you're not moving forward, if you're not doing something, then you're being lazy. But the more we embrace our divine feminine and our divine masculine energies within, we realize that, or we recognize that it is just as important for us to also pause and receive, which is the feminine energy, right? We have to allow ourselves to just pause, receive what the dream and the vision is, and then the mind or the fire or the masculine energy will step in with the structure and the fire for us to move forward so that we can bring it into fruition. They're both supposed to work together. So within yourself right now, your Mars and your Cancer, your fire and your water, how are they going together? How are they working together? Or are they constantly fighting with each other or running away from each other? Because the fire is afraid of the water. The fire thinks that the water is going to, like snuff it off. Like, what is going on within you? You will see this. You will see these invitations come up this week. And of course, we know that the Mars moving into Cancer is not the only transit that is happening. March has been filled with really, really powerful transits, Pluto being one of them, Saturn being one of them. These are big planets that don't change signs for like years, I'm like 200 years sometimes, right? So all these big changes have happened this month for us, and we're ending the month in, bringing in that, how can we bring the two, the, I want to say dichotomy, I don't know why that word keeps popping in, but how can we bring those two together, the heart and the mind, the feminine and the masculine energy, the fire and the water? How can they come together? Because they're meant to come together, but how can you find your own harmony? Where is the disharmony when it comes to your mind and your heart? When it comes to your flow and taking action, and also your sacred pauses? Do you allow sacred pauses, or are you just constantly flowing, flowing, flowing? And this is the other part that is coming through. With Mars, usually when we step into Aries season, like we just go. It's like, hopefully you've used the winter, you've used previous months to really like vision and allow yourself to receive the vision of what you would like to experience this year, who you would like to become. And if you've been following me, I've been talking about this since January, right? If you're someone who would like to dive into that and get clear so that the rest of the year will flow easily and beautifully for you, then come join my Goddess Unleashed program. I'll have the link below. You can click on it and come join us, because that's what this whole journey is about, right? But it goes back to this. It's like we've come to a point where we're meant to go and move forward, but then something comes in and it's like, whoa, we got to, it's like a checkpoint. We got to slow down and truly tune in, right? When it's like Mars, if it was just Mars, it's like, yeah, green light, we're going. But it being in Cancer or moving into Cancer, it's like, you got to check in with your heart. Is this really what you want to do? Is this the path that you want to take? Have you checked in with yourself? How do you feel within yourself? Does it feel good to you? Does it feel not good to you? And if it doesn't feel good to you, are you still going forward or moving forward with that? Are you sure you want to move forward with that? Right. So we are actually, this is like the word that is coming in, it's like we're taking inspired actions. This is not about just getting in the car and going 100 miles, right? It is, miles per hour. It is about pausing and waiting for that sacred yes, and then moving forward, right? And this sacred yes can be felt in the body, can be felt in the heart, can be just an energy around you that just gets you excited, little butterflies in the stomach. But it will be like a yes, like you feel like, oh my gosh, it's time, and then you move forward. So it's not blindly moving forward. Aries, who's the, Mars rules Aries, and we are in Aries season. So it's new beginnings. The cycle has begun, right? Aries is the type of archetype that will move forward before it thinks about what who he or she is doing, right? And this is not the case. Cancer is coming in to show Aries, the warrior, a different way. A different way. You don't have to just, bulldoze over everything and then learn the lesson and then come back. How about you get clear from the beginning, and then you moving forward will be effortlessly. And then nothing will be in your way. You can just keep going because you have that clarity. And you also have the tools that will allow you to move forward easily and effortlessly. The other part of this beautiful duo, that Cancer and Mars and fire and water, is about the warrior finding his or her heart again. The warrior finding his or her heart again. I feel like in our society, a warrior is seen to just fight. And sometimes they get lost in that fight. Sometimes they end up getting lost in a fight that doesn't even belong to them. They just keep fighting and they forget why they're fighting. And I feel like this week, or this period of time that we're in, is really asking, is this your fight? Is this your fight? And it's the fight. Are you fighting for this because you truly, it's from the heart? Or are you just doing it because you think you should? The warrior needs to find his or her heart again and begin to operate from that place. It's not just about fighting. Why does the warrior fight? The warrior fights to protect, to bring in more light, and to fight from a place of love. Without the heart, the warrior's fight is meaningless. It's hollow. You need the heart. So, my beautiful warriors, I hope you're listening to this. You need the heart. So, with that last part, let's go ahead and get centered. So, close your eyes, taking a deep breath in. The warrior of light, the warrior of light and love. There we go. You're being called forward. And this beautiful dance between Mars and Cancer is really going to help you anchor the heart back into the warrior. It is an initiation for you. So close your eyes and just breathe into your heart. Breathe into your heart. Place your hand on your heart if you need to. Fill your body with that fresh air, with that oxygen. Fill your heart with that oxygen. Be truly present here. With your breath, go ahead and call in all your energy, all your light, all your power back to you now in this present moment. And I ask that it be cleansed, purified before it comes back and integrates into your body, reintegrates into your body. Taking a deep breath in and out. Go ahead and call in your higher self into your heart and really acknowledge his or her presence within your heart and taking up space fully anchored within you. Open yourself up to receive the divine light from above, entering your crown, moving through your head, into your heart. Let it anchor into your heart before it continues downward, going down your legs and then out through your feet and creating this beautiful crystalline light root. Deep, big root that enters into the layers of the earth, and just let it move through the layers of the earth deeper and deeper and deeper until it reaches the center of the earth. And there you will see the heart of the Divine Mother open and ready to fully embrace you. And just go ahead and anchor your roots into the Divine Mother's heart and begin to receive her blessing, her nectar, her love. Bring it up through your roots. Drink it up through your roots. And I'm getting, it might even look like you being embraced by the Divine Mother once you get down there. You just being held by the Divine Mother. Just bring that feeling up through your roots into your body. Let it flood through your entire body. Let it come into your heart and anchor within your heart, and then continue spreading through your entire body. And bring your awareness into your heart, where now you have the light of your higher self, your own divinity, the light from the Divine Father above, and now the light from the Divine Mother below. And see all three lights or flames come together, creating this powerful ball of light. And once they do, it stabilizes and then expands out and creates an outer layer around you, crystalline layer around you. So you have that ball of light within the center of your heart, and then you have another layer all around your body. And breathe into this space. And from this space, just drop back into your heart at the center of this beautiful, powerful bubble. And allow your heart to show you the story, the journey of your warrior self in his or her heart. Your heart is going to tell you a story. So allow the story to unfold. Whether you see it, you sense it, you feel it, you hear it, just receive at this time. What is the story that your heart is ready to tell you about your own warrior's journey of integrating the heart within the warrior? Receive. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you sense? What do you feel? And if you would like to, if you need more time to be in this energy and this journey, please feel free to pause the video and then continue when you feel complete. So go ahead and take in a deep breath in, allowing the last parts of the story to unfold, to be received by you. Go ahead and thank your heart, your higher self, and then ask the question, which of these messages, which of these goddesses and divine mothers are here for me this week, to support me this week through this transition and embodiment? 1, 2, or 3. And once you have received your number or numbers, taking a deep breath into your heart and out. But when you're ready, open your eyes, ready to receive. All right. So today I'm using the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle deck. I love this deck too. All right. So let's go ahead and start with it. So if you received one, you are working with my goddess sister, Kali Ma. Kali Ma. Here you go. So you can see it. Let's go here. And it says spiritual transformation, right? You are going through a spiritual transformation. It makes sense, right? Look at how beautiful this card is. Kali Ma. You're working with Kali Ma. This week is about spiritual transformation. Let's see what the message has, or this card has for you. So this card, it says, a cycle of intense rebirth. This is your awakening. Whoo! Yes. So a little bit about Kali. Hindu goddess Kali Ma is a fierce powerhouse of the creative feminine life force, or Shakti energy, the ultimate spiritual transformer. Kali confronts you with your darkest fears while simultaneously activating your eternal light. Her razor sharp swords destroy everything that isn't authentic, and her skulls represent the death of the ego. Kali is a lightning bolt of truth that initiates sweeping change. Working with Kali can be an intense process of stripping away, yet it reveals our deepest spiritual power. Her symbols are the void, the cutlass, skulls, and red hibiscus flowers. All right, here's the message. When everything turns upside down, the rug is swept from under you, and the shock of the unexpected reverberates through your entire being, it's likely that Kali Ma is at work. Nothing feels certain right now, and you may feel vulnerable, raw, and confronted with your deepest fears. These are not easy feelings to manage, and you might want to run away from this surge of emotion or exert hard control over the rapidly shifting circumstances in your life. Trust the divine plan as you are entering a phase of phenomenal transformation. Kali leads you to an empty, stripped back space, bringing you face to face with your naked truth. You may see who you really are. Kali will stretch you beyond all your perceived limits, haul you outside of your comfort zone, and shake you awake with sacred revelations. Your ego will fear her, but no other goddess sees your spiritual potential quite like Kali Ma. You may be facing a cycle of intense life shifts, but remember, you will never be given anything you cannot handle. Even though life may feel unraveled right now, Kali always has your back. Stare fearlessly into the void. The time has come to be nothing less than your spectacular true self. And here's some additional advice that she has for you. Take it one day at a time, or taking it one day at a time can help you through a personal loss or dramatic change. And this situation is a blessing in disguise. And here's an invocation you can use this week. Out of chaos comes divine order. My spirit roars with truth. Out of chaos comes divine order. My spirit roars with truth. Kali Ma, card number 1. This is a powerful week for you if you receive this card. Let's move to card number 2. We have the divine masculine stepping in. So if you receive 2, your card is King Neptune. And it says sensitivity. So again, this is like that Mars and Cancer energy, right? You have the masculine in the water, right? So let's see what this card has to say. It says, you are a highly sensitive soul. Embrace your softness and vulnerability. And a little bit about King Neptune. So he is a guardian of an ancient spiritual world called Lumeria, a light filled civilization connected to the Indian and Pacific Oceans with a pure, harmonious, and peaceful frequency. Lumerians were psychic sensitives with wide open heart chakras. The oceans carried intuitive codes that were transmitted through dolphins, whales, and mer people. Crystal healing was part of a daily life. King Neptune was a shapeshifter and a merman who later became Poseidon in ancient Greece. His symbols are the trident, the horse, and the bull. He guides Lumerian light workers to fulfill their earthly missions. So here's the message that comes with this card. Drawing this card or receiving this card confirms what you already know. You are incredibly sensitive to emotional and psychic energies. Most likely, you've had to numb yourself to the harsh, closed off consciousness of the modern world, as it doesn't understand or value the way you are. You may have previously lived in Lemuria and are now bringing crystalline qualities of empathy, heart chakra healing, and sensitivity to Earth. Your Lemurian soul is expert at reading emotions and taking the psychic temperature of any room. You sense every undercurrent, especially what's not being openly expressed. Tell me about it. That's that's my gift. Being in, I think was it last week's Goddess Energy Forecast, I was talking about my connection to Lemuria. So let's continue. Being in crowds and highly stimulating environments can be challenging. You need beauty and art, romance, lyrical music, serenity, the ocean, nature, crystals, animals, and people who are open to the spirit world. You like tenderness, softness, and gentleness, especially in relationships. If you've been numbing yourself with addictive substances, unhealthy relationships, or overworking, for example, ask King Neptune to help. Embracing vulnerability is a key lesson for you in this lifetime. You may unconsciously sabotage wonderful experiences and relationships because of an old fear of being emotionally exposed. King Neptune says it is safe for you. It is safe to let others into your heart. Your sensitivity is a gift rather than shutting off from your soft heart. Make friends with your Lemurian light. You are a Lemurian light worker. Take steps to reconnect with your soul's experiences in Lemuria. Connect with crystals for healing purposes and have an open hearted conversation with someone this week. Here's your invitation for you this week, or invocation for you this week. My sensitivity is a spiritual gift. It is safe to be vulnerable. My sensitivity is a spiritual gift. It is safe to be vulnerable. Card number 2, you are working with King Neptune this week, and you are embracing and embodying your sensitivity unapologetically. Beautiful. Let's move to card number 3. We're bringing through another divine masculine archetype. So if you received card number 3, you are working with Asclepius. I think that's how you say his name. Asclepius. This card is about sacred medicine. This week is all about sacred medicine. Let's see what this card has in store for you. So a little bit about Asclepius. I think that's how you say it. Okay. So he was the greatest healer of the ancient world. So I'm getting this card. If you receive this card, it's about awakening the healer. It's really about embracing the healer this week. And this is my card this week. So as a baby, he glowed with a halo of golden light. By the age of 6, he could name every medicinal plant and understood basic anatomy. Mentored by Chiron, the centaur, he matured into a consummate physician, surgeon, and pioneer of scientific medicine. His vast sanctuary at oh my gosh, I can't say these words. Epidaurus comprised a sports stadium, theater, baths, a dream temple, and a hospital. Asclepius believed that the injured and infirm needed medical treatments in combination with exercise, music, dance, and story. His priest would record patients' dreams and use the information to prescribe a cure. The serpent intertwined rod of Asclepius is a symbol for numerous medical institutions today. I'm going to show you the card again. So here's the message. The Greek god of medicine, rejuvenation, and healing comes into your life today to offer a dose of positive energy for your well being. If you're dealing with an illness, injury, or ailment, Asclepius understands your struggle and suffering. He knows the anxiety, depression, and frustration that can accompany long and short term health problems. He leads you into his sun filled sanctuary garden full of medicinal plants. It's making me smile. I don't know. I can see it. I can see like walking into his garden. I'm here to take care of you. Trust that you are in good hands. You are safe in your body. I watch over the medical profession and can guide you to the right doctors and treatments. Invoke me before surgeries or consultations, and I'll work my light through your practitioners. Healing from illness is never purely physical. There are always emotional, psychological, and spiritual elements. Asclepius was a master at blending scientific and holistic methods. He's presently guiding medical professionals and researchers to combine traditional and complementary practices. Oh, thank goodness. Could you be a part of this new era of sacred medicine? It's very interesting. As I'm reading this, last week it came in and I shared about my journey, how I went from studying my studies in Western medicine and Eastern medicine, and now looking at what I'm doing with my spiritual work. And I shared that even though I don't see how they all connect now, like I know they all have a role in my higher purpose, what I'm here to be of service, right? And so it's really cool that this card is, coming in to support me this week. I'm really feeling that merging happening. I can't see the bigger picture yet, but I'm feeling that merging happen. Like there is a purpose. There's a reason why I had to go into each of these fields to learn about the human body, the human mind, the human spirit, the human hearts, like all of that, right? Okay, so your divine life purpose is in the medical profession. Work with integrative medicine, conventional treatments combined with complementary therapies for yourself or as a practitioner. Illness is sometimes a sign of a life that needs rerouting. Be honest with yourself about what you would like to change. And here's your invocation that you can use this week. I take responsibility for my health. I heal my mind, my spirit, and my body. I take responsibility for my health. I heal my mind, my spirit, and my body. I take responsibility for my health. I heal my mind, my spirit, and my body. So be it, and so it is. This is a powerful, powerful card. If you need healing and you receive this card, well, you know who you're working, who's standing by your side. He's already invited you into his healing garden, his herbal garden, and he said he would take care of you. He says, I'm going to read that part again where he's talking to you. So look at the image and just receive his message. And imagine yourself in that healer's garden, that beautiful garden behind him with all the healing herbs. And he says, I am here to take care of you. Trust that you are in good hands. You are safe in your body. Oh, I love that. I watch over the medical profession and can guide you to the right doctors and treatments. Invoke me before surgeries or consultations, and I'll work my light through your practitioners. Healing from illnesses is never purely physical. There are always emotional, psychological, and spiritual elements to it. He's here to be with you, to help you heal. Oof. I love it. So, powerful cards today. We had one strong, powerful divine feminine, right? Who also is balanced in the divine masculine, Mars and Cancer, fully embodied with Kalima, right? And then we moved into Neptune, also showing that same thing, right? Mars and Cancer, the masculine in water with King Neptune, if you receive two, right? And then the last card, another masculine energy in that feminine medicine flow. Those are words that are coming in right now, right? It's just all these cards are showing the balance and why those two are needed, why those two need to merge, and in what ways, how that you're being called to merge those two in your life. So I would love to hear from you. How did these cards, the messages that you received, how did it resonate with you? What came up for you as you were listening to the messages, as you looked at each of the masters of light, the goddesses and the guardians that came up to work with you this week? What is coming up for you? How do you feel? I would love to hear from you. Share it in the comment below, or if you're on social media, share it with me. Send me a message. I would love to hear from you. Let's close this month being more centered within our bodies and our hearts than ever. Let us really bring our hearts forward. Let's call our hearts forward and let it take the lead in our lives. Let us give space to both visioning and taking inspired action. Let us honor the sacred pauses that are required on our journeys so that we can always gain clarity in moving forward and knowing how to move forward or where to go. From my heart to yours, until next time, have a fabulous month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.